Transcripts, podcasts, audio, and video are available at amomentintime.com. To find out how your company can help bring history to life through a sponsorship of A Moment in Time, contact Dan Roberts at droberts@richmond.edu and look for us on Facebook at Moment in Time Series with Dan Roberts.
This is the Mental Health Minute with Dr. Ariel Leese.
Prolonged or chronic depression can have a devastating impact on one's emotional and physical health. Untreated, it can put a life at risk. 30 to 70% of those who have died by suicide struggled with depression. Untreated depression can lead to alcohol or substance abuse, severe headaches, phobias, panic or anxiety attacks, trouble with school or work, family and relationship problems, and social isolation. There are effective treatments for depression, like therapy, medication, diet, exercise, sunshine. If you or someone you know is experiencing persistent depressing moods, reach out to someone. Look for support from people who make you feel safe and cared for. If you think someone is at risk of self-harm due to depression, call 911 or your local emergency number.
For questions or more resources, text 258-1029.
Hi, I'm Don Glass.
And I'm Yael Cassander.
And we host A Moment of Science.
The world is always posing questions, and science is always in pursuit of answers.
A Moment of Science offers many of those answers in a timely moment of entertainment and enlightenment.
We hope you'll tune in.
For more information about A Moment of Science or to download our latest podcasts, visit us at amomentofscience.org.
Listen weekday afternoons at 5:45 on KSJE.
Sure, the 90-Second Naturalist is all about animals and plants, but it's also about us humans. After all, what creature is more amazing? We're the most creative and destructive, intelligent and foolish, loving and hateful beings on Earth. And we've come to have a significant effect, good or bad, on everything we touch. I'm Thane Maynard. Tune into the 90-Second Naturalist and find out how we're interacting with the natural world today.
Listen every weekday afternoon during the KSJE Evening News at 5:30. Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it's now time for our weekly trip to the Encouragement Lab, and that is where we find Dr. Mike Haddabaugh, who is standing by in the lab this morning. Dr. Haddabaugh, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us this week with some more great words of advice, and this morning you were telling me that the topic is to right or relationship. Right
That's
or relationship.
Right or relationship. You have a choice.
I see.
You can be right or you can choose the relationship. So,
but not both.
I now coach a lot of people. And one of the things I keep running into over and over is people that want to have a relationship, but when they start to have an argument or a discussion, they'd rather be right than have a good relationship. So I'm telling you, you got a choice. You got to pick one or the other.
Okay. Interesting. And so why does that happen? Why does these people feel the need to be right at the cost of damaging the relationship, I suppose?
You know, it's just how, we're wired. Some of us, a lot of us, I'm a firstborn, married to a firstborn, and it kills us not to be right. And, we kind of live in that world. The problem is it's not that you're right in your head, the problem is relationships aren't built on, okay, you win, I'll submit to you, whatever you say is right.
Right.
Relationships are built on me supporting you. And sometimes you have to ask that question. It's like, right now, is it more important for me to be right than to have a good relationship with somebody? I was thinking about some critics, and I was wanting to write the term, but do you love them? That's the ultimate question. You say you're trying to help somebody, but do you love them?
Right.
That's hard to do. And so that's what I would challenge people, watching the politics of the day, and a lot of us, people out here in the flyover country, they call it,
right.
We get all emotionally caught up into national politics, and I'm not saying don't care about politics, but it blows my mind when I see friendships, people that work together closely, that ought to have a lot of time together and be able to enjoy life together, when I see their relationship ruptured over somebody's need to be right about politics.
True.
And that to me is a sad story of where we're at in our culture, is we've become far too insistent on, I'd rather be with my tribe, people that we all agree are right, than to have this diversity. And that's again the irony of it to me, is we all scream diversity, 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 but when we actually meet somebody that's diverse from us in their thinking, we go, oh, you're wrong. I'm right, therefore my rightness is more important than your relationship. Does that make sense?
It does, in fact, and it does make it even more than just a personal relationship. I was thinking about work relationships, and you mentioned coworkers or friendships and things like that. You only have to be on Facebook for a nanosecond and see some of this exploding in front of your eyes, really, on your newsfeed, I would suppose. Exactly.
I've gone through, I'll be honest, I've gone through Facebook, and I haven't unfriended anybody, but I've blocked a lot of people that I'm just like, you know what? When I read your stuff, it ruins our relationship. And if I've known you since college or high school, I'm friends with you on Facebook because of our relationship, not because of your politics or my politics.
Right.
So guess what? I don't really care what your politics. And this weekend it showed up with football, and I lived in New Orleans for 4 years, so
right.
I became a bit of a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Well, there was a horrible call in the game Sunday, and yet I see people on Facebook, if you're a Saints fan, saying I now hate Rams fans, and Rams fans saying, oh, you Saints people need to get over yourself. But the reality is it wasn't either team's fault. There was a bad call.
Right.
And yet I'm seeing relationship ruptured over one fan's, ha ha ha, my team won. I don't care about your team. And yeah, it may be, in football sometimes it's not super serious, but I still see people like, what, I just want to follow you right now because you're so full of yourself, instead of going, wow, we're really grateful. We got that bad call called for us, so we get to go to our Super Bowl. We're really sorry for you Saints fans. That to me is what most relationship ought to be about, is about that sense of, you know what, the truth matters more than, the truth about relationship matters more than whether or not my team won or my politician won. Now, there are times that, there are times when, for instance, I have a company that I'm dealing with right now, and they're doing something just flat out wrong. It's unethical. They just shouldn't have this kind of practice. And I'm not going to tell you what company it is. But you know what? I'm going to let them know that my relationship now is endangered because they're not right. And therefore, I think less about them as a company because they're not treating their customer right. So see, there's a time to choose right over relationship, but far too much of what we talk about, it's the other way around. People choosing right when they should be choosing relationship.
That is good advice, Dr. Hannibal, for all of us. And again, it is good advice in a variety of occasions. So I really appreciate the time this morning. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right. That is Dr. Mike Hannibal. He joins me every Wednesday from the Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE Farmington.
On the Media is all about print, broadcast, and the Internet.
And civil liberties, we do a lot on that.
The show is about technological utopia and creepy dystopia.
Law and lawbreakers.
Blowhards and liars.
Mainly, though, On the Media is about an hour. Please spend it with us.
Saturday morning.